$44.8 billion for spices and mayo. The advisory fees alone are going to fund a lot of Hampton's houses.
Spoken like a true recovering banker. But look past that giant headline. Overall deal volume is completely flat. This is a classic K-shaped recovery where mega caps just eat each other out of boredom.
Boredom? You're crazy. It's a brilliant defensive play for shelf space.
Tell that to the antitrust lawyers. Let's look at what's actually hiding in this grocery cart. The rundown.
I just can't get past Danone dropping $1 billion on Huel.
The tech bro meal replacement powder.
Exactly. French dairy royalty buying the official sponsor of skipping lunch to Codemore. It's a massive culture clash. But honestly, it makes sense if they want to dominate that high protein, zero chewing demographic.
I read the press release. They keep calling it a nutritional technology platform. It's protein powder, Nate. You mix it with water. There's no technology.
It's food tech.
It's marketing. But speaking of actual tech, the AI infrastructure land grab is getting completely out of hand. Ecolab is paying $4.75 billion for CoolIT Systems.
Liquid cooling for data centers. Everyone needs it right now. GPUs run hot.
I get the thesis, but almost $5 billion? Ecolab sells water treatment and cleaning supplies. Now there's suddenly an AI infrastructure play? That valuation is entirely built on NVIDIA fumes.
Oh, come on. It's a brilliant pivot. You own the pipes, you own the cooling, you own the data center footprint. Look at Legrand. They just scooped up Kedak in China for server racks and TES in Europe for power systems in the exact same week. It's a classic shovel seller strategy during a gold rush.
Legrand is an electrical equipment company. That makes strategic sense. Ecolab paying a massive premium for a trendy cooling startup feels like a desperate attempt to get an AI multiple on their stock. The math doesn't justify it.
I think you're underestimating how much enterprise cash is sloshing around right now. The analysts are calling it a K-shaped recovery. Deal volumes are totally flat, but the big players are just writing massive checks for strategic assets.
True, like Gilead throwing $2.2 billion at Ouro Medicines for an autoimmune pipeline, or Rip City Rising buying a majority stake in the Portland Trailblazers, which, by the way, I didn't have on my M&A bingo card for this week.
A sports team is just a very expensive, very sweaty, strategic asset.
Sweaty is right, but none of those checks compared to the absolute monster of a deal we need to talk about next.
The spice aisle monopoly.
$44.8 billion. If the whispers are true, McCormick and Unilever Foods are about to completely rewrite the grocery business. We need to look at these leaked numbers. The big one.
$44.8 billion for spices and mayo. I'm trying to wrap my head around the sheer scale of this McCormick and Unilever Foods monster.
It's $44.8 billion if you believe the leaks. And frankly, I'm stuck on the timeline. They're projecting a mid-2027 close. 2027, Nate. My dog will be in middle school by the time this clears antitrust.
Oh, come on. You know how these mega deals work. You pad the timeline so you don't look stupid when regulators ask for 3 million emails about the strategic importance of garlic powder.
I read the regulatory footnotes on these things for fun, and even I think a 3-year runway means they know this is going to be an absolute bloodbath in Brussels and Washington. They're combining two of the largest grocery cart monopolies on Earth.
But look at the strategy here. It's a classic K-shaped recovery move. Overall, deal volumes are totally flat right now. Nobody's doing deals, except the apex predators. The well-capitalized buyers are just throwing their weight around to buy massive scale.
Right, the K-shape. The top line of deal value goes up because of mega mergers like this, while the actual volume of transactions drags on the floor. But I don't buy the narrative that this is some brilliant offensive strategy.
How is a $45 billion tie-up not offensive? It's a global food powerhouse play.
Because it's entirely defensive. McCormick and Unilever are staring at flat organic growth. Consumers are trading down to store brands. So instead of innovating, they're just mashing their balance sheets together to squeeze out supply chain synergies. It's financial engineering masquerading as a growth story.
Spoken like a true skeptic, but put your banker hat on for a second.
I don't own a banker hat.
Just borrow mine. You have Unilever's massive global distribution network. You have McCormick's high margin flavorings. You put Old Bay seasoning in Hellmann's mayonnaise, and you sell it in 190 countries. That's synergy. Voices. Everyone is suddenly obsessed with this phrase K-shaped recovery. I saw 3 different analyst notes this morning using the exact same term.
Because it is actually happening. You have overall deal volumes completely flatlining, but then you get these absolute monster strategic plays dragging the dollar value up.
Right, like McCormick trying to swallow Unilever Foods for $44.8 billion, which, by the way, my banker brain just sees as a giant fee-generating piñata. But come on, K-shaped is just Wall Street speak for we're only doing 5 deals this quarter, but they are massive, so please keep paying us.
I entirely disagree. It is not just a convenient narrative, it is a structural shift. Look at the other industry note going around about AI being the primary catalyst across tech, manufacturing, and power.
Okay, power I get. Data centers need juice.
Exactly. That is why Ecolab is paying $4.75 billion for CoolIT Systems. Liquid cooling is the new gold rush. Legrand is doing the exact same thing, buying up rack and power specialists in Europe and China.
See, I buy the AI infrastructure thesis. That makes sense. What I do not buy is Danone dropping $1 billion on Huel.
Wait, the tech bro protein sludge?
The very same. $1 billion for drinkable beige dust. I guess that is one way to beef up your nutritional portfolio.
I am actually pulling up the Huel financials right now, and the margins are shockingly good. Do not hate the sludge, Nate.
I will absolutely hate the sludge. Give me the McCormick Spice mega merger any day. Speaking of things that are hard to swallow, we need to talk about the mess over in SPAC-land.
Oh, Churchill Capital Corp 9 pushing back their vote?
Exactly. Investors are in total suspense on this plus AI combination. And the post-effective amendment they just filed is a fascinating read. Spill the tea. $44.8 billion for spices and mayonnaise.
I mean, the PR teams are calling it a global food powerhouse, but yes, the McCormick and Unilever Foods whispers are getting incredibly loud.
Loud? My phone is melting. Every banker in New York is trying to wedge their way into this syndicate. It is the absolute definition of this K-shaped recovery everyone keeps talking about. Deal volumes are flat, but if you have a fortress balance sheet, you are swinging for the fences.
I am looking at the rumored closing date, though, mid-2027.
Wait, really? 2027?
Yes. Which tells me they already know the antitrust regulators are going to drag them through absolute hell. 3 years to close a deal? That is an eternity.
Oh, come on. It is a brilliant move. You lock in the narrative now. McCormick gets unprecedented scale in literally every grocery aisle on Earth.
It is not brilliant, Nate. It is a hostage situation for capital. You are tying up $45 billion for 3 years, while lawyers argue over the global monopoly on garlic powder.
Okay, fair. The legal fees alone will fund a new wing at Yale, but you cannot deny the strategic fit.
I can and I will. We will watch the wires for an actual term sheet. Speaking of deals stuck in purgatory, did you see the Churchill Capital 9 filing?
Oh, the SPAC drama.
Exactly. They had to file a post-effective amendment and push back the extraordinary general meeting.
The plus AI merger.
Right, just casually delaying the shareholder vote, keeping everyone in total suspense.
Nothing says confidence like a delayed SPAC vote. I am sure the financials are totally fine and not at all terrifying.
We will find out tomorrow when they finally hold that rescheduled meeting. But if you want to talk about deals that are actually closing, we need to look at what Ecolab just dropped almost $5 billion on. Tomorrow's radar.
I am glued to the terminal tomorrow morning for the McCormick and Unilever Foods term sheets. $44.8 billion does not stay quiet for long.
You really think we get a leak tomorrow? I bet they drag this out over the weekend. They are going to want to bury the antitrust risk factors in a Friday night dump.
Oh, come on. The bankers on this want the headline on a Thursday. They need that K-shaped recovery narrative to play out while the market is open.
Well, while you are chasing mayo and paprika gossip, I am watching Churchill Capital 9.
The SPAC? Wait, didn't they already vote on Plus AI?
Nope. They had to file a post-effective amendment and push the extraordinary general meeting to tomorrow. Read the fine print, Nate. Someone definitely messed up the proxy paperwork.
A SPAC messing up paperwork? Shocking. Truly unprecedented.
Right? But if that vote fails tomorrow, the whole AI blank check revival completely falls apart.
Which means we will have plenty to argue about on Thursday.